Josefina Alvarado Mena always knew she would become an advocate. A family life filled with community service, along with her experience as a Latina in the public school system, motivated her to empower others through education. As Chief Executive Officer of the nonprofit Safe Passages, Alvarado Mena is dedicated to helping young people realize their full potential, regardless of race or socioeconomic status. Over the past 20 years, Alvarado Mena has grown Safe Passages from a foundation-funded initiative to a multi-service organization serving over 4,000 children and families. By providing health services, family support, and educational opportunities, Alvarado Mena and Safe Passages are disrupting cycles of poverty throughout Alameda County and the Greater Bay Area.
I attended Oakland Public Schools for my K through 12th grade education. I had a mixed experience as a Latina in public education. When I was in high school, I was very interested in going to UC Berkeley. No one in my family had attended UC Berkeley, and I was very interested in going there. And I went to my high school guidance counselor and asked her for her help to apply to college. And she basically told me that I was not college material. I went on my own and found the applications and applied on my own, and I was admitted to UC Berkeley. And when I went back to tell her that I had been admitted to UC Berkeley, she said, "Well, it's probably just because of your surname," which was a dig on affirmative action at the time. So that has been a motivating factor in my life. I went on to law school at Berkeley, studied civil rights and education law, and was very fortunate to receive a graduate school fellowship from Echo & Green. And my project was called the Education Empowerment Program. And I was able to provide legal services, free legal services to students that were in the school to prison pipeline, students that were being discriminated against in Oakland, where I grew up, students that were in the special education system, and students that had, that had language issues and their language rights were not being respected. I won every case except for one. And the brutal reality of that was like, yes, I could get a kid back into school. I could keep a kid in school, but I couldn't improve the education that they were receiving once they were there. And so then that, kind of led me to really think about, do I want to do this like one student at a time? And in doing this part of the work, like I couldn't guarantee that that student was going to get a quality education or that that student was going to graduate. So I spent, a lot of time educating community members about their rights in education, and also did a lot of policy advocacy work. And in that policy advocacy, was invited to go and work at Oakland Unified School District. And from that seat, I was recruited to come and work for Safe Passages. And that's where I've remained for the last 20 years. It'll be 20 years in August. And it's been a real honor, and I feel incredibly fortunate to have worked for, legal services, worked within philanthropy, worked within public education and government, and now in the nonprofit sector. So I just have had a really fabulous professional trajectory, and I would not change a thing in terms of my own experience. Women are often underestimated, and that puts us in a position to excel in terms of our work, our leadership. I think we come to the table with a collaborative orientation. Often, I think we come to the table in a way that is very nurturing in terms of the people that are around us. And I think we understand what it feels to not always have access for a variety of different reasons and across sectors. And that gives us, I think, the ability to be very empathetic, and also to understand that, again, we don't have the answers, we don't have all the solutions, but we're coming in partnership to work in a multidisciplinary way to really create the best solutions and to reimagine what's possible. I think women have amazing imaginations, and that's a huge part of this work. You have to dream big, and you have to redefine for yourself what's possible, and where you fit into that possibility. Too often, I think women just go with what's laid out for them. And, we need to kind of change that paradigm, or continue to change that paradigm, and create, the solution that we want, and really define for ourselves what our role is. The other thing is that, things change. That change is the constant. And what I frequently communicate to my team is exactly that, is to be prepared for that change, and don't fight it, roll with it, and try to drive it. But sometimes you just have to roll with it. And this work is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And, in life and in your profession, you have to constantly train for the marathon. So that way you're in it all the time. And so the preparation work is absolutely essential. Don't assume that, you know everything. Do the work, do the reading, do the preparation, come prepared. And that will serve you well, and help you to achieve your goals in life and in your profession.